I'm Laura Moss, and stay tuned for more coverage of the 2016 election. How did you choose to become a Democrat?
Oh, just register. If you believe in the principles of the Democratic Party, you want to stand up for the middle class, for the underprivileged, the poor, for the marginalized, go to your local board of elections and register to become a Democrat.
And so for young people like me, what kind of suggestions or advice would you give them with you being a Democrat?
Well, I would advise that they register to vote. They haven't already. I would advise that they tell their friends, their family, their neighbors to register to vote as well. Get to the polls. Ensure that we have strong Democratic representation. We are the party that stands up for, once again, for the poor, the middle class, the underprivileged, the marginalized in our society. We see to it that we prosper together as a whole rather than a very few at the top prospering as individuals.
And what exactly do you do in your position as in the Democratic Party?
Oh, geez, what don't I do? I lead the organization of events such as the one we're having here today. We also organize. I lead the organization of community outreach events, voter registration drives, get out the vote efforts. So that includes canvassing and phone banking, ensuring that folks who can't otherwise get to the polls, we give them rides. So I lead that effort as well. We also ensure that on Election Day, our citizens of Mecklenburg County understand who our Democrats are and ask that they vote for those folks when they arrive at the polls. And I think one of the predominant things we do in that particular regard is we educate the citizens of Mecklenburg County as to who our judicial candidates are. Those are nonpartisan races, and so most folks won't know who the Democrats are in those races. So we do a great job of all of that, and I think that's just kind of scratching the surface.
Congresswoman Alma Adams, District 12, North Carolina District 12.
And can you tell me a little bit about your position in office?
Well, I represent the 12th district here in Charlotte. I've been in the Congress. I was actually elected as the 100th woman. So I work on a number of issues as it relates to education and families and workers, trying to increase the minimum wage to a living wage. I think that the Democratic Party stands for all of the values that I've worked hard for. We care about working class families and children and people and trying to have an equal playing field for everyone. And so that's why I support the party. That's why I'm a Democrat, and I've been a Democrat all my life, and I'm going to continue to support the values of our party.
And are you running for re-election?
I am currently the Congresswoman for the 12th district. I'm the first woman to represent this district. One of 19 women in the United States Congress, and the only Democrat woman representing North Carolina in the Congress. I am running for re-election. We've done great work over the past year and a half for Charlotte, for this 12th district, bringing economic development here, trying to close the gaps in education and the wage gap, and also the gap as it relates to hunger. We have a lot of children and families who are hungry. And so those are initiatives that I'm working on. I founded the first bipartisan HBCU caucus, so I care about education. I am a retired educator. I taught for 40 years at Bennett College in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I understand the struggles that our students have in terms of getting into college, access, and affordability. So we're working to make a difference there, and I hope that everybody will go vote on June 7th for Alma Adams. Absolutely the right voice for the 12th district.
Thank you so much.
This is Malcolm Graham, candidate for the United States Congress in the 12th Congressional District.
And you have been in politics and been in the office for a very long time. What changes or effects on the community have you been able to make with being in office?
Well, I've been in public office in Mecklenburg County for some 16 years, and I think every major project in the city has my fingerprints on it, whether it's building the arena, supporting transit, supporting gang legislation, revitalizing communities and neighborhoods, supporting single room occupancy housing. I've been committed and involved in this community on a wide variety of issues, and so I'm just glad to be a candidate for the United States Congress so I can move forward and continue to work on behalf of the county.
And what exactly do you think that the Democratic Party represents?
I think the Democratic Party represents a progressive movement of ideas, people moving in the same direction, those who are supporting the expansion of Medicaid, the creation of jobs, the creation of affordable housing, making sure that every American have the appropriate medical care that's needed. I think the Democratic Party is for the people, and that's why I'm a Democrat. I support the people, and I'm going to make sure that as we move forward, everyone moves forward together.
Yes, and with you running and with you expecting to be in office in somewhere different than you usually are, how do you think that you'll adapt to that change and be able to help with you adapting at the same time?
Well, this is my third time. I went from the Charlotte City Council to the State Senate, and now I'm trying to get to the United States Congress. And I want to work to make sure that Mecklenburg County, that charity is no longer needed. Those who need health care can get it. Affordable housing will be provided, and good schools will be provided for all. So I just want to go and do the work of the people and try to create an environment in Mecklenburg County where it's better today than it was yesterday.
I'm Representative Tricia Cotham, running for U.S. Congress in the new 12th District.
And how hard is it balancing family and an office running?
It's what I've done my whole life. So many women, moms and dads have to do the same thing and make these decisions. And I'm proud to be a young mother in politics and working hard for families and being an educator, and I own a small business. So of course the balance is hard, but that's what I've done my whole life. And I have 2 children here, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and my former student, Autumn, who's now all grown up with me.
Oh, so you were a teacher before?
I was a teacher. I taught middle school and high school, and then I became an assistant principal here in Charlotte.
And how do you feel the Democratic Party helped our community?
Well, I started active in the Democratic Party when I was 10 years old, registering people to vote every Saturday morning. And it's absolutely essential that we turn people out to vote and explain why they need to vote, because for the last few years we have seen the Republicans take over and our state has been left in terrible shape. We cannot allow that to happen.
And do you think with you being in office you could change any of that?
Absolutely. I've worked hard for the last 10 years, and I plan to continue to do the same work in Washington, D.C. We have to have someone who actually wants to go to work and not be wined and dined.
I'm Jane Whitley. I'm running for first vice chair of the Mecklenburg County Democratic Party.
And how do you think that you could change our community being in this position?
That's a really good question. I think that Democrats have the possibility to take back a lot of offices this year and make a lot of things better. I think we do that by organizing, and one of the jobs of the first vice chair is to organize precincts. And I've been doing that. I've been doing it for 25 years, and I want to continue doing that for my party and for my community.
So are you running for re-election, or are you, have you had another position in this party?
I last served as president of the Democratic Women of Mecklenburg County. I am currently a precinct chair. I've been a precinct chair for 7 years. And I have been organizing precincts in my community in Plaza Midwood for the last 4 years. We have a group meeting. So I'm not running for re-election. The office was held by Toria Boldware. Toria got a great job with the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, so that's the only reason that the position is open now.
What made you guys decide to volunteer?
We just wanted to help. We like to help out.
I want to be able to get involved in the political process, and I want to get involved. So yeah.
Pat Cotham, County Commissioner at Large, and I'm also a North Carolina DNC member. I'm currently on the County Commission, and I'm running for re-election in November.
How did you choose to be a Democrat?
How did I choose to be a Democrat? I believe since I was very young, I believe in the principles of the Democratic Party, which we stand for education, we stand for women and children and health care and veterans and Social Security. I mean, Social Security is a Democratic accomplishment. Even a simple thing like handicap parking spaces, that was done by the Democrats. There's a Medicaid, that was done by the Democrats. Medicare, that was done by the Democrats. So there's a lot of things like that that I'm very supportive of. We care about helping people, and that's why I'm a Democrat.
And what exactly is your position in the Democrat Party?
In the Democratic Party, I am a DNC member, which means I'm on the Democratic National Committee. North Carolina has 13 members, of the DNC, 7 of whom are elected by Democrats throughout the state. I am one of the 7. There's 2 of us in Charlotte who are on the DNC. So I go to meetings. I am what you call a super delegate to the convention in July.
What are your views on who's running for president and who's running in these elections?
Well, my views are that our Democratic candidates have a whole lot more substance than the Republicans, and you can see that by watching all the debates. So I'm very proud of the 2 we have, and either one of them would be a great president.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you do and what you do with Hillary Clinton's party and all of that?
This year, I'm a super volunteer for Hillary Clinton. The super volunteers are a group of about 1,000 people from all over the country that have been working together for Hillary since 2008, even before 2007. And so we've been working together even before Hillary announced that she's going to be running for president and organizing volunteer groups all around the country. So it's a great group.
And what are you running for this year?
And I myself am running for County Commission, Mecklenburg County, in District 5.
And how do you think that you could help our community?
Well, the community, one of the reasons I'm running and one of the reasons I'm helping Hillary is I really believe in the power of the vote. And a lot of people complain about government, they complain about our representatives, but if you don't vote, it's very hard to complain. We have to get people out to vote. The voting turnout, especially in local elections, is abysmal, and it's embarrassing compared to some other countries. I just got to meet with the ambassador from India to the United States just last week. He said the electorate in India is 500 million, and that's bigger than the whole population of the United States. So we have a long way to go to really show that we're a democracy. And so it's really important that people get out and vote. So I'm really working to get people out to the polls, make sure that they have good candidates to vote for.
What made you choose the Democratic Party?
Well, I just think the Democratic Party holds the values that I hold dear, representing the people and not just special interests.
And you are here representing Aretha Blake.
Well, Aretha Blake is running for District Court Judge in Mecklenburg County, and I think that she has the capacity, the experience, the intelligence, and the expertise to be a great asset to the judicial branch in Mecklenburg County. Well, one of the things she does is she does a lot of volunteering in Mecklenburg County. She impacts a lot of lives of younger people in the county. And as a district court judge, she can bring that experience along with her professional experience to the bench. And she knows how to put a human element when trying to address the issues that come before her on the bench.
Can you tell me about your position and what you do?
Okay, right now I'm running for district court judge in Mecklenburg County. And I previously served as the district court judge also in Mecklenburg County for over 5 years. In district court, we deal with issues about juveniles, juvenile crimes and abuse and neglect, and small civil matters under 10,000, and family court matters. Custody is a primary concern for families, and we also deal with misdemeanor criminal matters. And my expertise is in family court matters and what I want to do on that. So that's what I've done and seeking to return to, because I really care about the kids.
And how exactly did you choose to become a Democrat?
Well, actually, the races for judges in North Carolina are nonpartisan, but we tend to have an affiliation, in large part, based on beliefs and to deal with issues of organization. My opinion, although I'm a registered Democrat, my opinion is judges should be as neutral as possible and be as apolitical as possible, particularly on the bench. They should not have an agenda. Their agenda is to know and understand the law, listen to the facts of the case, and make a decision based on the law, not on any kind of political agenda.
And why are you so passionate about children?
Well, part of it is life experience. I'm a divorced father who raised a daughter through her teenage years, and actually did well with my former wife because but I saw the conflict and I saw the problems it can have with children. And also, I think in family court, I think I can help people. I'm not punishing people. I'm trying to look to the future and help them. My philosophy has always been I'd like the people, no matter what the outcome is, to be better on the way out than they are on the way in.
Well, that's a great philosophy. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Thank you.